Daarvid is not Daarvid. While he may be an online personality, there's a lot that you and I don't know about this weirdly creative brain. Today, we're digging into that and trying to figure out why he wanted to fool the internet by coming to America and showing our fridge. Daarvid, would you like to show yourself?
I was listening. I was listening in, going. But in my ear, and I've got it in here. Hey, how you doing? I don't know what to say to that because of there was that compliment in the middle there that threw me.
And I can't what? That you're a weirdly creative brain?
That was it. I didn't even remember it until you said that. But it's true.
You do have. Okay, before we actually get into any of that stuff, who are you?
Oh,
that's it. That's the question.
My name's Damon Gibson, and I'm 52 this year. And yeah, I'm Daarvid. Yeah, I'm Daarvid. You know, I'm Daarvid Hoogenboezem. It's really weird to like speak like this, right? And then see that. Because normally when I do this, you know what I mean? I don't see this.
There's like pompadour.
I see a pompadour, handsome man, you know what I mean? And little mouth and a tiny nose. Not a big fucking hook like this.
God. For all 52 years you lived in Australia?
No.
Oh,
I was born in Melbourne, stayed there till I was 9 or 10. Went to Greek school there because I'm half Greek. I'm not Dutch and I'm not South African. I'm not English and I'm not eclectic method.
You're not eclectic method?
I have chosen to wear his shirt today since I haven't made any of my own.
I don't know. Are you sure you're not eclectic method? Because that's the rumor that I hear most often is that is Daarvid eclectic method?
Hey?
That's what everybody always asks me.
He's trying to like video call me while I'm in the middle of a video call.
He knows what's up.
Friend. Should we answer it?
Go for it.
Dave. Oh my days. You look handsome. I'm just in the middle of an interview online, but I've answered this. No one can see you. You're fine. You're fine. They can hear you though.
Hi, Dave.
Kind of like
you know, it happens all the time. That's what happens when you have 3 phones.
That's true. That is true. Oh yeah. Do you want it? I can prove it. 1. 2,
I have so many questions about your phones. It's ridiculous. Oh, there he is, the man of the hour.
Oh, they're both derivatives of Daarvid. That's me without hair.
So one phone. Okay, while we're just showing the phones off, do you have one phone directly like for Daarvid stuff, and then one's for work, and then one's for something else? Like, how does that work?
The iPhone is purely. I want to transition to it, but I'm like Bat Soup Yum, where I'm like a fucking boomer, right? Where it's like it's epic. There's shit on this one. I need all the shit from this one to go to this one. To go to this one, huh? Yeah, to go to this one, and then I'll be set. Because I'm quite good with this now. Like I was worried. I mean, I got an iPhone. I hated it. I disliked iPhones. I've always been this Samsung.
You prefer, was it Samsung, Android?
Yeah. So if Apple is listening, I actually prefer the iPhone. Like right now. Yep.
Wow, I feel like that's a big statement. Like honestly.
Massive. I mean, for me, it's huge. I mean, I've had Samsung my whole life. I mean, prior to Nokia, Motorola.
I mean, you literally were like, "Can my Samsung headphones work with an iMac with the Apple's?" Literally, what you asked me.
The question. It does. It works. Apparently, if you're out there and you're struggling, Bat Soup Yum, it is Bluetooth. Select Bluetooth.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. I'm so proud of you that you got it figured out. I mean, with help, but you got to figure it out.
You were proud of me because I called Bat Soup Yum a useless fuck. But I'm
not proud of you for saying that. I mean, you can say whatever you want. Okay, actually, I want to take this back to the very first thing last June. So a year ago, I sent Chaz a message saying,
"Oh yeah, right."
I sent him a messaging. What is Daarvid? Like, I needed more information because the picture was slightly frightening to me. I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, I don't understand this whole thing.
Daarvid's face.
I don't remember where.
It's confronting.
It is. It's like there. Like, I think it's the tiny mustache too. Like, it's the tiny mouth, tiny mustache.
It's called it's a teenage mustache. Yeah.
Is that what that's called? Is that like one of the regulars things?
Well, it's the trait. Correct. It's the trait, but it's the style of the times. I like how this is going to be a bit strange. It's strange for me.
It's definitely going to be weird.
And I think that and I prefer it to be that way too.
It's going to be weird.
I pretty much talk about anything. I'm not afraid to say to anyone, like in real life mainly, right? Of the time. So I'll say, just talk, you know what I mean? If I chatted to you, if I said something to you, what's the point I don't sort of mince around it. I just say it. Unless like you did with the introduction, we are doing a layup where I'm going to America to see you. There's nothing wrong with that because that's like part of my support network at the moment, right? Because a lot of the people in there are like a support network for me. And in here, like I say it all the time, like, I mean, I feel saved a lot of the time. Like I go through my day-to-day and it's very much, well, now that I bring spaces into my day-to-day, I think people get an idea of the actual day-to-day for me, because I like to drag in these people that just sort of go about their life like as in they're robotic, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay that the world is saturated with that, right?
Yeah.
Kind of mentality, yeah. But for me, ever since like from 16 onwards, like I've never given anyone an opportunity to not sample something outside of that. Yeah. My parents, my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I like to bring that to them because it hits every day. It hits me in here, but most people would prefer to ignore that sort of shit. I don't even know if I'm making any sense.
No, you are. It's just I was thinking about one of the when you started getting into spaces, like when I started listening to in spaces and trying to figure out like
I've forgotten that. It feels like you and I have been like this for an age.
Yeah, no, it's been I did a little research.
The very
first message, because I sent Chaz that message like I think it was June 9th. And then it wasn't until September that you and I actually started like private messaging. And so that's coming up on a year, which is crazy to me, which feels longer and shorter all at the same time. Yeah. I had to do a lot of scrolling to find that out because it's not easy to find the beginning of Twitter messages, in case you're wondering. When I found out about you, it was just like I guess it was like the hanging when pre-hanging when Chaz and I did our, I was going to call it stupid, but our spaces that we did a couple times. And then
was I in there? Did I jump in?
I think you must have, because I found a couple clips.
I saw a post for Eclectic Method did a thing and I kind of liked it. So I think there was this audio visual thing. I don't know what it was. I saw it, and this is the first time I saw that fuckface.
Okay, so it was like last year.
So yeah, it must have Blues Fest, right? Yeah, definitely. Okay, pretty sure. And I could be wrong, but I'm not about to talk to him to confirm it. I saw a video and I liked it, and then I felt like I had to make a video because I liked it. So I saw these two guys. Actually, it was Arthur. There was Arthur and Eclectic Method, and they had a split screen. So what I did is I found, because I was sort of playing around with regulars, I found two regulars that looked like them, and I put their faces on. And this is just me lying in my bed, like, trying to go to sleep, going, and then I just sent that. I think I just sent that picture, right, of the two of them. And then they were like, ha ha ha, that's kind of cool, you know what I mean? Whatever it was.
No, Arthur was probably like.
And then I think I followed, because they responded, I followed them. So the next thing
that is your
came out with an NFT. There was a thing. It was an NFT about memes, but it was the audio visuals that I don't really like. I kind of only, you know what I mean? I was like, I liked it. I liked what it was doing. I liked the sound. I liked the music. Pretty much I liked. So I thought I'll grab one of those. I had a little bit of play beforehand, and then all of a sudden I was kind of like, I saw some of his music, and then he puts a tweet. So, you follow people, so you're mutuals, right? So I liked what I saw without diving in too much. Couldn't be bothered. I'm lazy as fuck. So I saw some music, and I saw he made a tweet saying, "If send me something, I'll remix it." I think that's something like that he does, right? Send me something and I'll remix it. And so I go, oh. So I put his music in. I have my face. I've got a bag of sherbet with some cash in my hand, and I'm leaning out of a window. Daarvid is. And he has Eclectic Methods music playing, right? So I'm talking to my sherbet dealer going, you know what I mean? Hey, man, what are you doing, man? Yeah, no, I'm listening to Eclectic Method. Yeah, all right, yeah, go to a party. Yeah. And then I've got the thing hanging out of the thing. And so I send it him, yeah? I send it to him. And he remixes it like a minute, like in 2 minutes. It's a fucking big song. It's like, so he remixes it into this fucking sherbet sing-along song, right? Don't even know. You've never heard it?
No, I don't think so.
It's the wildest. It's the wildest
so crazy.
connection for me, because as I did something, I sent something fast. I got something back fast. You know what I mean? So I'm like, bang, bang, bang. And okay, so people don't really know me. I think I've slowed down now because I'm here with you, and I'm a little bit nervous.
Same.
But I responded to it. I resonated with it. He was fast or forced, if you don't understand. He was fast, and I was like impressed. Obviously, I'm impressed. I haven't even looked into the guy, the shit. You know what I mean?
Which is so funny to me.
So I'm keeping it cash. To me, it's like, this guy's talented. You know what I mean? Look at this guy. He's talented. I might buy that. I regret it now because it's fucking, what is it, cheap? None of them are selling. Wasted my money. You know what I mean? So then there's a little clip-on effect, right? People that are with, him, Arthur, then, you know what I mean? So then it trickles down. People he hangs out with, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's that neon bitch guy. There's some other people. There's, Chisel McNizzle. But so that's how it kind of went, right? That's Chaz McNally. I just made it up. It's pretty cool. That's like later, right? That's like much later. Chisel McNizzle.
Gotcha. Chuck. Charles McNarly.
Charles McNarly. That's the first time I've ever said Chisel McNizzle. I think it's pretty cool.
Might have to start calling that.
We will. Anyway, so that's how I'd say that's how you started to see it, yeah? Because obviously your timeline, your timeline, my timeline, your timeline down.
Yeah, Chaz would share. I think Chaz was sharing your stuff or responding to you, and that's why I was like, I don't understand. I don't understand this stuff. Like, what is happening?
What did you think of him?
I was very suspicious, to be completely honest. I was like, this guy, I don't understand it.
So many people have. How long did that suspicion go on for? It's kind of still out there.
I mean, for a lot of people, yeah. I mean, you were telling stuff, you were telling stories, and I still would be like, what is the truth? Like I was when I was scrolling back through to September of last year, I saw like you would send me a picture of one of your cats, or you sent me a picture of a cat perched on a shoulder with Daarvid's face on it. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. And then I literally said, is that really your cat? Because I didn't fucking believe you. I didn't believe if that was your cat or not. Like, I don't know. Like, some people I try to dig into to figure out, like, who is this person? Like, what are they up to? There's a lot of bad players out there. Like, I don't know. And I don't open up to a lot of people. Like, I talked to a couple people, especially in this like world. It's weird. It's kind of weird how close you and I have actually gotten over the past like less than a year. Like, you might know way too much about me, and I know way too much about you.
So I don't see that
in a good way.
I don't see that as being a problem, because I do that.
I know.
Like, how you said, how you just said you don't really like to. My problem is I tend to open up. It doesn't matter who you are.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much.
No.
I'm joking.
Where you do that thing where we don't wait to the end again. You know what I mean? You don't wait to the end again. You didn't wait to the end again. Anyway, listen. No, it's good. The thing is that I kind of put everything out there. I like to test humans. So when I test humans, because this is a thing in my head that I think I do. I'm not trying to say this is a cool thing. I don't want to sound arrogant or egotistical because I'm trying to work on becoming more that. That would be great. I'd love to be an arrogant, egotistical motherfucking narcissist prick. I might succeed in life. The thing is
I can name a few.
That's true. A lot of them are successful. Most of them are really, you know what I mean? A lot of those people really successful. It's like a winning trait. Nah, not for me. So the thing is, when I do that, at some point, and it's not often, I meet someone or I meet somebody special. And then I'm not saying, hopefully I don't make it awkward, but I kind of go in, you know, I kind of go in. Not like Google tells you how I go in. Not like that. I go in and I want, because it's helpful. It's like when you work for somebody and you have, so if you're looking after staff or you own your own business, right? So say if you own your own business and you employ people, and then you find someone that makes your day, your life, that much better. Like every day, that one person makes your life like better. You know what I mean? Sometimes magical. That's you.
Please.
Well, it's you. It's Jeff. He's not in the room. Moose.
It's over there.
Eclectic Method. There are other people. I can go on, but
I know, and as much shit as I give you, and as much as I give Chaz, like you guys are always there, like whether it's to talk shit or to just like
always be there. And sometimes I'll be there for various people as well, because I mean I might have to squeeze some of that out soon. Like if my intentions are to try and do something, I gave myself till Christmas this year, right? But it's not really working out. Although I am making a few little. This is a move.
Yeah, this is a big move.
So this is a move. You've got people in the DMs. You know, you got fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Like, should we name names?
You name whoever you want to name.
It's lots, right? And it starts from. It's the way that it does is somebody says something and then you hear it and somebody says, "Oi, nobody fucking understands you." Okay, number one, I understand it's an accent, right? You know, I'm going to be forced in my core. You know what I mean? So people like, they don't understand that. Then somebody says, "That doesn't matter." And somebody says, "Let them struggle." I just spat on the screen.
Yeah, so did I earlier. It's fine.
It's on your face. Like I spat on your face. Like it literally landed fucking just left of your fucking mouth. It was beer. We let us swear in this? I hadn't sworn until then. I don't think.
Yeah, anyway, I've definitely cussed.
Where was I? It doesn't matter.
You were not name dropping, but name dropping people that were asking about you.
Yeah, so it was like a lot of people suggested that people are going to require an emotional connection with Daarvid. I'm like, I didn't give a shit. At the time, I was like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Some people like, there's people like say, I'll give you an example. It is going to be a name drop. Yeah. Some people get it, right? Like yourself, right? But this is prior to seeing this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There are very few people that get it, right? You know, and they understand that it is a character. The character's being played. Claire Silver's one of them. So Claire Silver has said things to me that I'm like, I would sometimes I want them deleted because they're like too nice. Because it's like a lot of people have struggled to see. A lot of people don't see. So she sees something, puts it out there, and I'm thinking, shouldn't everyone see that? But they don't. Not everyone sees, you know, past a character. You know what I mean? Because Daarvid is actually pretty much just me, straight up.
Yeah, like, I'm glad you said that.
Nearly all of the stories, except for one of Chafe's. Oh, and I don't think I should say who that person is, to be fair. So I would hope that I was always hoping that would be the case. Like, and I would never do this. Now, this is like the reason I'm doing this now is not really because of that, right? Because I actually think if somebody like Claire or yourself or, you know, other people that I'm romping with, right? And more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wonderful people. Like Hafka now. Like I love that guy. I've always loved that guy. And I've been here for a while. A lot of people don't think if you look at the Daarvid account, I mean, you might think, not very long. So I have been here for a while. So I have had my fascinations along the way.
Destinations,
you know what I mean?
As some would say.
We could go all the way back to when I first started doing Daarvid, which was like I started a regular news network account. That one would be kind of like more timelining when Daarvid hit the scene. So whenever that account opened up is basically the first time Daarvid popped out, right? Back then when I was doing the news in like text form with images and whatnot. I mean, oh wait.
Well, your first words were an NFT, in case you were forgetting.
That's true. That's different. That was later.
Yeah,
but when I actually
that was later. I didn't know this.
Yeah, so I couldn't speak back then. Like there was no Avatarify wasn't mentioned. Right? So someone in the Discord discovered Avatarify. So here I was making news network posts for RNN. I mean, I think I beat 787 to it. To be fair, did he copy me? Did that cunt copy me? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I love that guy because that guy has been in my DM. Because that guy, no, not really, because he can handle
I'm joking.
He fires them himself, doesn't
he? Yeah.
And I kind of love that. I like that guy. I've kind of looked at that guy going, that's how you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So this is basically where I first met people like that. Like back then when I was doing that, Claire Silver was pretty much one of the only, everyone liked it back then. So you comment on the space for the week, you do a report, you put it out. The Medicis were all in there, whatever, the bitches, the Medici bitches, they were all in there. Claire was in there. There were people in there, Anonymous, the Cumstain, he was in there. Who else? I mean, I don't know who else was in there. I don't know if the Penguin guy was in there, the fucker, Carl Ethereum, but that was before it went to Luca Nets, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's before his time, right? I'm going on a bit, but
I'm enjoying every second of it.
Somebody found an app and made a regular talk, and I
so you found out about it from somebody
in the regular Discord. I shit myself, right?
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know who it was, but people, because you go into a Discord and people say, "Oh, you see this, you see this, you see this." I mean, was me. That's how I found Daarvid. I mean, I found the regulars in the Punk Discord. I used to go in there to spy because there was some really good stuff in there. And normally, most of the moves you did that I found from the Punk Discord, which was great, I profited on, right, along the way. I was like, yeah. I mean, one of them was like even Darkness by Sasha. Like he's so prolific, that guy. A lot of people don't know. And I was like getting in there thinking, he's going to hate me because I'm buying it and flipping it. Like I was like going, I'm trading up, you know what I mean? I'm going, I mean, I like it. It's cute. I don't know if I want to hold it forever. How much is it? Whoa, it's 10x. I'll sell it.
Do you hold any now?
I got rid of all of my darker stuff except
I didn't know.
Except for the custom that he made. And
I didn't know.
But this is where we should be able to, moving forward, right, in the space. Yeah. We should be able to have these fun. We should be able to have these fun conversations.
I mean,
we're all aware of how it is. We're aware of the culture, the good and the bad of it. You know what I mean? If you've been here long enough, we've been here long enough. We should be able to get past the BS, which we're not there yet. But it feels like there's a bit of a push for it. If I could bring it on, as far as I'm concerned. And so yeah, I did that. And somebody said, so I found the regulars, then went in there. And then was doing all this texting. Fucking 100 and something characters for Twitter. How many?
140 originally.
Max. Yeah, before you attach a separate page.
140. Before you can add a Word document. Yeah.
140, like you said. So
140.
And so I was like, great, okay, cool. And so it took me ages to do a news network post, right?
Really?
So each page was someone. So say the very first NFT NYC, right? I did one. So I remember doing a news post about in and around that. Beeple was there meeting people. That fucker's never responded. But anyway, so then somebody says there's this thing, this Avatarify thing. So the first words were that. It was like, hello. And Daarvid sounded a lot different back then. It was very much, he never spoke fast. It was like, because I was struggling to get what does he want to sound like? Is this thing on? Well, and it was really deep. It was like really deep, and it just became too much work. So it's like much better if I didn't relax about it. This is much better if I relax about it, right? And then just go straight into it, and it's not even a problem like these days, right? But you can change anything you want, right? The tones and everything. So when I found that, I was like, and I think my second post was like, basically, it was just a big fuck you to. It's like, now I can say what I want, when I want, as is my want. 140 characters. Fuck off. I got 1 minute. I can say a lot in a minute. I mean, I've done that. You say a lot in a minute. Then you learn about editing. Then you can say a lot. You can say more than 1 minute. So you only get 1 minute shot at Avatarify. So most of my replies to people, to be fair, are one take. Life gets in the way. You can hear stuff in the background. Occasionally I'll put some sound to the back. It's not if I like the person, but like, it's just if I want to do a little bit more, if I've got more time, that's the only reason. And I put more effort in, because it's always nice to have the sound effects. It's always nice to have, it close off. But sometimes I'm at work, I don't give a shit, because I just want to reply to people.
No, it is interesting how like you put in the sound effects and stuff like that. Like you did one the other day and there was a dog barking and I was like, wait.
Oh yeah.
I was like, is that an actual dog that is just like in the neighborhood? And I was like, no, this motherfucker went out of his way to put a dog barking in to yell at the dog.
I don't know.
Are you getting warm?
Yeah. Menopause is kicking in.
Oh, jeez. Hang on, let me. What?
I said I was wondering if Bat-Soup has the same problem, menopause.
Oh my god, you're ridiculous. Yeah. Is Bat-Soup coming your age?
I am immensely intrigued by a lot of people in this space. Nobody in the space scares me. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Nobody in the space scares me. I would love to connect with so many people in the space. I would love to have conversations with them. It's like a dream come true to go over there. I know that there's events here in Australia, but I don't know how I feel about that yet, because I don't hang out with a lot. I'm meeting some now, Lomex, you know what I mean? ADM, a few people. I've met that guy. And
yeah, I was gonna say, he knows who you are.
Someone in Web3 was super special, and I want to do more of it.
Yeah, it was really cool to hear like about you and ADM meeting up afterwards. He came in and talked about it on the space too, which was nice.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Hold on, let me read my page of notes that I have here in front of me. I just have to tell you, when I found the beginning of our conversation, I thought it was going to have been you saying something, because I'm not a conversation starter when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, fine, message me if you want to, but like when it comes to getting, like, I don't know, it's just weird for me. But I actually sent you a message saying, Friday again, are you in? And I was like,
was it the first time?
That's me. For Hang Gang.
Oh,
yeah. It must have been like, it was because I was in September. So it was like it was like just a little bit after we did the first one or whatever. And I was like,
I love Hang Gang.
That's me saying that? Yeah, no, I mean, that's obvious. Like, you and I definitely I tried to figure out a little bit more there. Like, that was my first
it out pretty quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we've both been involved in this kind of thing for a while, right? Like, we've been in the space, you know what I mean?
The space, yeah.
Like, as in the space and everything like that. So Hang Gang is necessary because, if you've been in here for a while, you haven't been frustrated, I think there's something wrong. To not jump in a space that's all shilling, that's all just pushing shit into you that you don't necessarily want. If you want the shit, go looking for it. That's why there's a DYOR. That's why you do your own research. Yeah, go fucking look. You know what I mean? But because it'll be there, because people put it out. They're putting it out.
Yeah.
Have a look. Fucking go off and buy it or like it. Do what you want. But when it's shoved in your fucking face, when you jump in it, it's shoved up your ass, it's a little offensive, right?
Yeah.
So try and have a little bit of fun along the way, you know what I mean? And sometimes we relax about it when people come in and we allow it and we go, But we are there to have fun. We've always been there to have fun. And it's like, I'm a big believer in that you should still be able to do good things and succeed, or depending on what you want to do, and have fun at the same time. If you take it too seriously, I mean, it's a bit scary, isn't it? And you take most things in life too seriously, what happens? It gets fucking hard. That's 2 fingers. Wow, it gets hard. I'm going to get in trouble because people making jokes about me and songs about me, and it's not true. Is
it not true?
So fun's the key, right? Now we can just keep going till the battery dies. When the battery dies, we'll go have a drink.
I was going to say, let me charge. Yeah, as soon as I did, that's what happened.
When it dies, we'll do that, right? So we'll keep going until then.
Actually, no, it's gonna be annoying because it's gonna keep flashing.
It's
gonna be recorded. All right, fine. Then
it's very gonzo, you know what I mean? You just roll with it, you know what I mean? You just roll. I know.
I want to talk about that too, but I want to talk about that when we actually have battery. I just wasted so much battery.
So much battery wasted. Now or not?
Let's wait.
Segue to that quickly.
No, it's not going to. Let me check.
You've got food coming. You
need to go eat. Right. Oh, look who decided to pop in.
Hey!
You're going to show yourself?
Moose!
And this is when the camera dies.
Anyway, you see the culture thing in there. And I don't know where I was going with that. But like, anyway, you go back, right? So go back to 2021 when I had a project. So was that there? Uh-huh. Keep going?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I had a project. I should look like an artist then. Maybe we should break it down. You know what I mean? Like artist. I've got to shave my head just quickly, keep the beard, come back, you know. Shaved head, beard.
Go for it.
Qualify. Bona fide. You know, it's a good look. I do shave my head from time to time. I know you know. And yes, so back then when I was doing stuff, I decided to do a project, right? So what it was found that when I found the space, I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this place, right? I think it was my sister. She sent me something. She goes, have you heard about NFTs? I was like, what? True. Nah. Yeah, I was like, what? Nah. And I was like, what is it? And then she said to me, or she sent me a link, which was, I think it was a punk thing. So there was a link about NFTs and the punks had done it, right? What is an NFT? What is this? It was one of these things. I don't remember the date. And I was like, when I saw the punks, I was like, I actually thought the punks were pretty cool. I was like, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Because I thought the whole idea of it, I actually liked them. I didn't think the same when the monkeys dropped. I was sitting there going, and we were talking to each other. We were going, nah, this is shit. Pass. You know what I mean? Pass. Because we were trying to buy stuff. We were like, let's get into this. You know what I mean? We were researching. We were looking on timelines. We were following people. We were trying to figure out what to do. We were learning from the community and trying to get into the culture that was already there. But obviously that evolved into just shitty sort of a thing for a while. Anyway, but a lot of good is in there. There's a lot of good in there. Yeah,
there's some good stuff mixed in there.
And and so we. Well, I can talk. Maybe I need this. Maybe I need to turn this up.
What? Okay, not here.
Go. Yeah, it's me. The buttons.
Sorry,
up.
I also forgot I had this light on before.
Up is loud. Up is loud.
Up is loud.
Oh, I'm keen to sort of wiggle around at the moment to a few other things. Avatarify is great because it's easy, it's simple. You know what I mean? So easy.
You've done a lot of talk in the past. I feel like, at least about Brian and Pepe.
Oh yeah, but Pepe. So Pepe. So it started. My first assistant was. So the reason why I had added to my crew. So there was Daarvid out there. I was working with a lady that I called Trudy. So it was like another regular character. And I was doing her voice. I was doing some Southern Belle kind of voice. It was a bit, but I wasn't, I thought it was important to own Trudy. I didn't even own Daarvid. I stole Daarvid. I stole Trudy. I was just using their faces. These were the two best regulars that nobody was selling. And I wanted them. Like I wanted Daarvid so bad.
Wait,
and somebody
tell more about that.
So I said, who's this? Because I tried to find the wallet. And it was one of the biggest holders. Like they hold 400 and something, right? They're like, Daarvid? They're silent. Huh?
Why Daarvid?
Well, I just loved him. I searched all 10,000 regulars, right? To find my news guy. That's how I started.
Oh, okay.
Because I had like 30, 40, 50. I was picking them up, you know what I mean? And I needed a news guy. I looked at all my guys. I was like, no, I don't like that. No. What the fuck? No. And then I saw this Pompadour thing and I'm thinking, you know what I mean? Conan O'Brien, thinking Ron Burgundy. You're going down this whole line going, I kind of want a Ron Burgundy cross guy. So Ron Burgundy crossed with, what's his face? Conan O'Brien. There's my guy. I saw him. I was like, oh, I've got to have that guy. Nobody, he wouldn't talk to me, wouldn't answer me. I was trying to DM, nothing. But I think I had the wrong person. I don't know how it was. So I just took it. I just right-click saved. I said, thanks.
Oh my God.
So I started using him, right? And then somebody in the Discord said, you should talk to the... I said, I'm trying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find it. And I think it was Kabooty. And then he goes, I know who it is. Here it is. And he sent me a link. So I DM'd them. And instantly this person was amazing. They said, I like, you know how I am. I kind of like go on a bit. And so I did this thing where I was like, oh, listen, I was trying to explain it. I love this guy I've been using. I'm ever so sorry. I don't really think I need to apologize, whatever. I was trying to be nice and going on and on and on. And then I said, I didn't say that. I don't know.
Sure?
I ate what I ate on the break. And
what did you eat?
I had like some pickle and some Korean chicken. It's not working out.
What?
It's not working out for me.
Korean chicken?
No, so it's Korean chicken, honey soy sort of thing.
Oh,
and there's these little square pickles that come with it. They're delicious, like vinegary kind of pickly thing. Like, yeah.
Delicious. We also had chicken, but it was very plain chicken. Continue.
So I said, I was like, I would love Daarvid. I don't know what you need. You can go through my wallet, see what straight away they went, don't care. Daarvid's yours. Give me your address. Sent it me straight away before I even sent anything to them. Well, I mean, I saw their wallet. I'd send a regular. Like I wouldn't even blink if I had their wallet. I would be like, here, have an X copy here. This person's wallet is like a dream come true for so many people. I mean, he's still holding it, so he's fucked. But the thing is that it's a joke. Because long term, right, will be good.
Yeah.
BYOR. So yeah. So no stress, no sweat. Loved it. But then the person that owned then person that owned Trudy wouldn't share.
First regular.
Is it?
Some random person just sent it to me.
Who was that?
You.
Cheers. And so, what are you drinking? I'll drink.
Beer number 2.
Anyway, so I had Daarvid, and in my head, I didn't really plan for Daarvid to be this middleman, right? So like the guy in between, kind of everyone in a way. In my head, he's kind of. I hope he still becomes that, even though I've been working with him with a bit of a chip on my shoulder lately. To be fair, he is the guy that should be able to get along with anyone, like absolutely anyone. That's kind of like me outside of here. So, I've been learning to set up boundaries because I kind of need to. Once you go, you know what I mean. Eventually, figure out a few. Scary, you know what I mean. It just sort of happens my way. So Daarvid has become this guy, and in my head, I was like, what do I do? Because a lot of people in here, like, you know, the degenerate stuff, you know what I mean? I'm talking about dicks, tits, and you know, money, you know what I mean? Or you know, all that. Anyway, that's there. It's a part of the place, you know. Healthy in some way, unhealthy in a lot. So Daarvid became this asexual character that has never. He's like a 40-year-old virgin, but older. But he's like the 40-year-old virgin, right? And I love that movie too. So in my head, it was like when you look at Steve Carell, how he, you know, in that playing that character, right? He's kind of perfect. And so by accident, you know, and well, not by accident, by like, you know, what you soak up in life, you know, what you watch, you know, that's why I don't watch anything these days, because I'm just too busy at work and then too busy trying to do stuff in here. How's that going for me? Anyway, so other than that, I mean, I've had fun along the way. So even if this all ended, I have had like a fucking blast. Like from the day I entered this place, I mean, my first year was like, and if I think I don't get any sleep now, well, I wasn't getting any back then. I mean, I was up minting. I was setting like 4 or 5 alarms in the morning because of your stupid fucking time. 1 a.m. for, you know what I mean? There was different. Not you as in like
ahead of time, like you're
where you live, yeah. And it's awkward. Nobody would do a drop that suits Australia. I was like, fucking do a drop for me.
That's your fault.
It's my fault. It's my fault for living here. Yeah, I deserve the spice. Exactly. And so I set Daarvid up like, oh, hang on, wait. Yeah. What? Oh yeah, so you were talking about Pepe and Brian. Let's just go straight to them. So as I had Daarvid doing that, I realized I wanted some flavor. You know what I mean? Add a bit of flavor in. So Pepe was, because I was yelling at people off camera. Like I was like, what? Nah. And then, you know, going back. You know what I mean? And so I was like, who am I yelling to? You know what I mean? It could be my personal assistant. So no, my personal assistant was Pepe, and I didn't name it Pepe because of the frog or anything, but it was really weird because it was like, because I actually hadn't known about, you know what I mean?
The phenomenon.
Matt Furry. Had no idea about Matt Furry until like later on, right? and that's his nickname. Relax. So I decided to create Pepe, and then I thought, well, I had to Google where the derivative of Pepe comes from, because I used to love that name. Like when people used to call people Pepe in movies, Giuseppe and Joseph. So I was like, so now then we've gone all the way down to now actually having Joseph. You know what I mean? Who's a ladies' man? Shimon. Like, you know, he's the late Shimon. You know what I'm saying? That's right. So he's the ladies' man, and then I needed a man's man, because Daarvid's got everything else covered. You know what I mean? I think so. You know, he can mix it up. And so then you've got Brian, right? Because Brian was the first guy I started yelling at the network. Brian! You know what I mean? Like, it was, I used to love that name. So I would just shout that name. So I'd love that name. And so then Brian came out. So I had to look through my wallet to find a Brian. And I was like, oh, that's a Brian. You know what I mean? Joseph was awkward. Brian came out first. Joseph was awkward because Joseph doesn't look anything like the NFT. Because I've chucked Joseph into FaceApp so many times to give him long hair, a bit of a beard, make him look more manly, make him look more attractive. Yeah, where he's like, no, he does not look. If I showed you the Joseph NFT,
have to see this.
Well, I've got the original Brian. I think maybe I've got the original Brian.
Wait, does Brian change as well?
Yeah, because you can't. Brian had a mustache, right? So here's Brian, original Brian, right? Can you see it?
Okay, I mean that
Funny
looks
mouth.
like Brian.
It does, but then I made Brian like that.
Okay, all right.
So now Brian can, his mouth animates a lot better.
Okay.
So his mouth pubes get in the way. Like if you got in the avatar file just has a problem. So it was just, I've got a problem with my look at the moment too. I had all this beard and I had hair, and I wanted a certain look for this. It didn't work out. It's because I go to that barber and like he just, I don't know why he went nuts. Well, I had heaps of hair. I was like a Joseph-esque.
It's fine. Then you should have gone to the barber. You should have waited.
That's true. That is true. So anyway, so then I went to, so then there's Chafe. Now Chafe. So Chafe is just basically me. Because Chafe is the therapist. He's Australian.
Originally, when you were talking about Brian and Pepe, I thought they were related, not related, but like tied to like real life people.
Me?
No.
No? You thought they were?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you are right. No, you are right. Sorry, I missed it. Some of their stories have moved on to so a lot of their stories, right?
Yeah, it's moved on.
A lot of their stories, moved on. Originally, yes, these two people were two people in my life. Yep. So one would be my daughter, and the other one would be my partner. Yes, this is true. That is true. For now, we can leave it there. You know, we go on. You don't want to go too deep, right?
Especially I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. That's why I was like, I'm going to leave this.
Well, no, I think it's great. I think it's great that you asked, because you are 100% correct. I lent into the people that I was surrounded by, and these are the people, you know what I mean? My daughter and my partner, and I lent into that. Correct. True. Forgot about that. I did forget about that. But yeah, some of the stories have evolved, you know what I mean, to mine.
Yeah, no, I know. You know? I know they've like changed, but it's when I first started hearing about them, I was like, this feels like real life happenings. Like, I'm still obviously questioning it, but
you got it. Yeah, you used to question some things, but you were always kind of like on track. You know what I mean? It's like this is the thing that surprises me sometimes, but then again, I shouldn't be, because most people don't sort of look further, you know, or sort of don't sort of think a little bit more left or outside of the box. And but I'm always, and I think some people like me just do way too much of it. Think outside,
like
just sort of go too far.
Put people off that you're coming to America to film a fridge.
Like, that was special. That was really special to me. That was really special. Like that. I will do that. But I have to. I'm invested. So if I'm invested in something, I'm the worst, because I won't leave it alone. So I just don't leave it alone. I'm like a fucking bull terrier. You know what I mean? Like, you just sent me a video, your new fridge. And I watched it. I don't know how many times I watched it, over and over and over and over again. And every time I watched it, something else hit me. And every time I watched it, my heart just filled with more joy. And every time I watched it, I just laughed more. I laughed harder. And I saw more of you. I saw more we could say, have I already said his name, haven't I? Jeff, it's out there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, and I saw more of you, and I saw more of Jeff, and I saw more of the two of you, and I saw, because like we all like go through a lot in life, right? You know what I mean? That's your partner. It's that, and we have these separate things from our partners sometimes, separate feelings, separate things. But like that moment, like just tied me to both of you. And it was a plan. I was like, no, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. Because my plan, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I'd love to be in that room. And which is why I put my laugh in the background, ADR. Like I had that. And I actually thought I did a good job of that.
You did.
Actually sounded like I was next to you laughing.
At first. I asked you, I was like,
it was really good.
Something? Because somebody even said.
I loved the DMs of going like, you can't go there without stopping here. And then I like pretending to get angry about it, going, I will do what the fuck I want. And I will not see another human being before I see Hugh. When I see Hugh, I'll decide then after that whether I want to fucking see anybody else. Simple.
That was so funny.
You know what I mean?
I kept saying, like, you realize, like, the way you fly in would be California, and that's like where the majority of the people you talk to.
I know. I didn't even know that. I didn't think about that. About that because that's what I got straight away. Is like, you're stopping here. I'm like, oh, I didn't. Shit, get my shit together. Because apparently you have to stop there. I have to.
I mean, I would assume that's like here where everything is because for logistics.
Well, soon I hope to find out.
Yeah. Do you have your passport yet or not?
I do. I got it. Yep. I got it. I got it a while ago. Red Lion gave me a hard time. And he was like, "You coming over?" And nah, you fuck, because he's Greek. And he'd be like, "You need to come over and hang out." And go, nah. And he was like, "Why not?" Because you're Greek. I don't like Greek people. I just don't like them.
Is he here or is he in Greece?
No, he's in Greece.
Oh.
A wild
wild
kid appeared in the background. It's not a kid, it's a young adult. It's a young adult.
She's very much a young adult.
Yeah, tall as well. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm 6'9". No, I'm not. But that's the thing with me, isn't it? I think most people know by now is that I'm not going to get in the way of a good story ever. And I don't want anyone to ever get in the way of a good story. And I love it when people make up stories about me. And because you know what it does is it trains me to go, oh, I can work with that. I'll just work with it. You know, get the fuck yeah. Gonna need that in.
Zero fucks. Zero.
Oh,
I love her for that. I absolutely love that kid. We've talked a little.
I'm gonna fill it with platitudes for you, but not platitudes, but real compliments. If you pause too long.
Oh God. Okay, so we're talking about sewing now. I sew, and apparently you sew.
I sew.
I mean, I
sew.
Very minimal sew.
My mom still wears. Her favorite shirt is the shirt I made her. I got A+.
Really?
Oh yeah, my buttons, everything was amazing. Like everything was perfect. Like buttonholes, the pattern making. I got 100% in pattern making. I changed.
And then sewed it.
Yeah.
Okay, I need this. Yeah. I need
a fashion design. So I was like, I've always wanted to be creative, right? I've always worked. I've never not worked. Like from 3 businesses my parents had, I worked in every one of them: the deli, a cafe, a coffee shop. Like taking coffees to people, making them, and drinking it, and not loving it. Oh, and yeah, I mean, I've had worse when they used to poison me with methylated spirits. A story for another day. So coffee's fine, right? Much healthier than methylated spirits over your face to put you to sleep. Yeah, don't do that to your kids, people. So, because they end up like this. Right? They end up fucking mad. Or people think they're mad because they don't think they're mad, right? But I'm a bit mad. But it was a question. You're never gonna remember it. Look at you. You're the best right now. This is cool. Keep going. Don't stop. And I'll join you in a minute.
Sewing.
This is good.
Sewing.
Yeah. So I always wanted to, always been creative inside. And fashion was just a thing that I don't know what it was. I used to just dress different. I always dress different. Like lots of people do it. I'd wear 2 different colored socks, right? So I'd go and buy colored socks. I'd have and I'd split them all up, right? There's a purple, orange one. So then when I went somewhere, I would wear.
I do the same thing. If I wear the same color socks to work, I'm like, it's a bad day.
Yeah, there you go. So I always did something different, and always made something. I always changed something. So then. I don't know how it was. Somebody said it. My mum always sewed. My mum sewed. And so I thought, I wanted to do the course. I wanted to do fashion design. I wanted to become a fashion designer. So I did the course in Coffs Harbour, which is a bit hard because it's a small town. But everything was there. Everything was right. Everything was perfect, right? So I went in to do the course. Only guy there. Loved it. Like the only man there. Just loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It was like, there were no male. Yeah, clench. There were no male teachers. There was there was nothing. It was just me. So I was this one guy in this whole thing. It's like an associate diploma or something. Was it? I can't remember what it was.
You actually like fully finished?
No, I left. I've left every course I've started.
You said associate diploma.
Except, but no, I started it. I went all the way in to the end. I'm the worst, right? I literally am the worst. You know what I mean? I got all the way to the end. Something happened, and then you know what I mean? It's just life. You know, you move heading in another direction, right? It's just the way stuff is sometimes. You know. Okay. I never finished my real estate course. I never finished my. I never finished my associate diploma in hospitality, tourism, and management. But I worked in literally every single. I worked in literally every single industry. Right. The only thing I finished was my RSA, this responsible service of alcohol, because I loved it, because we used to just drink every night while we were doing the course. Because you're talking like 1989, 1990, something like that. So, like, and the guy that taught us he used to work for the royal family. This guy was so posh, but he was an insane alcoholic. So he used to love it. He used to go and buy the best of everything. He used to use the school's money. He used to go, we need this. He was English. We need a bit of this and a bit of that. And then so try this. And he would open up bottles of wine that were like really expensive. And we were like, yeah, you know what I mean? We're drinking it. And yeah. And he smoked weed. He was brilliant. I was tight with that guy. I made good friends with that guy. And so, yeah, he taught me silver service, all that sort of stuff. But then fashion did the course, and I was actually really good at it. Like, I 100% in pattern making. The teacher was angry. She had never given 100%. I fucked up. I mean, I did it one way. In 15 minutes, I'd finished it and going, nah, it's wrong. Can't do it. Because I always second guess myself. I always second guess myself. I always think I failed or I've done wrong. Did it again. Went, oh, nah. Then did it again. Nah. And then I was like, fuck it. And I didn't have long to go. So I was like, went straight back to the first time I did it, because it was all kind of there. Did that, put it in 100%, which is really cool. The first thing I made, I know you know.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, but do you have that pattern still?
Crutchless underpants. Yeah.
Yeah, not that pattern.
But I got the size wrong.
What? Wait, hang on before you go into this.
Oh, a girl stole my patterns. All my blocks got stolen because my blocks were perfect. So, in the end, she stole them by stealing them, because she went to Sydney to further her career in fashion. Oh, shit. And so I lent her my block. Well, I didn't know. I just lent her my blocks, and the next thing I knew, she was on a train to Sydney, and I really wanted those blocks. So you can do anything with those. I had blocks you can make anything from those blocks. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If you've got everything done, and and then you adjust, right?
Yeah.
So you can make anything, whatever sleeve you want, whatever you want, the pleats, you can, you know what I mean? Anything.
Yeah, that's
it's all there. I know. And they were perfect. And I was like desperately trying to
send them over. Let me try it.
Yeah. Don't have them. I mean, have I sent you any of the stuff that I've got? I've got the book. I can show you my drawings and my stuff and designs.
It's really cool. Like, it's really cool stuff. Definitely.
Well, most of them are risque.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it goes back to that, like, weirdly creative brain that you have. Like,
yeah, that's true. I wasn't allowed to make anything I was really a problem, because I was like, can I make men's stuff? Because I wanted to design for men, right? For me. I wanted to make clothes for me. No, I couldn't do it. Because it was just they said, yeah, there just wasn't designed around that. I wasn't allowed to. I never made anything for me. But when I did my drawings and stuff, I would use, when I had to do a drawing assessment or something like that, I would design clothes for men. And they were often very militant, right? At the time, when we were talking like early 90s. Yeah. And so I used to have this whole idea, like I used to love wearing this whole like military clothing, like a uniform, but like scale it right back, and, you know, which means add leather to something, you know what I mean? And then just like a feature, and then like, what do you call them? The epaulets. I love epaulets. I mean, I have heaps of shirts with epaulets on them. Yeah, like a captain shirt, like a bus driver. Yeah, like a bus driver's thing, right? Yeah. So I used to buy these clothes all the time, and then sometimes I'd order epaulets online, depending. Oh, I have them still. Yeah.
That's so. Yeah. I mean, I said you wear them now.
No, because I just go to work now and come home. That's it.
Okay.
Work, come home. Yeah.
So
no, because I don't.
I was like,
because Web3 has fucked me for like socialization a lot. Like before Web3, I would always have something to do, always have a scene to create. You know what I mean? Always fucking disrupt. I would always be out there disrupting, everyone's day.
I mean, you still
in a good way.
on Spaces.
But it's just kind of like the way it's always been with me. So, I mean, if you want to take it right back, I didn't really even speak until I was like 15. Like I spoke, I knew how to speak.
Yeah.
But my mum would introduce me to people by saying, they would go, "Oh, that's my son, Damon." And then I'd go, I'd think about saying, and they'd say something to me like, "Oh, hey," and she'd go, "Oh, he's not going to talk to you." And I was like, "All right, I'll just keep quiet." But I soaked up a lot. I was always like overthinking everything and kind of like really shy, like very shy.
Saving it all up for us on Twitter.
No, when I was 16 and a half, everybody got it after that because there was so much bad. It was a small town.
What happened? Like, was there something that happened or like that just like all of a sudden you were talking or?
Yeah, it was trying to grow up, I was a bit jealous of all these guys that, had girlfriends and that like were in cool groups and were doing kind of cool things. And so, I moved schools like 3 times, and I think it was the best thing ever. Like I got really angry when my parents took me out. My brother got expelled. He got expelled from every school. He's a cunt. And so he just used to fight. Like he would fight anyone. I never fought. I mean, you know what I mean? I got picked on, but it was cool. You know what I mean? I got tougher that way. It's just eventually you sort of figure out that you're all right. These guys are wankers. All right. You sort of work it. Some people work it out. Some people don't. And so I've always kind of fought for those that don't or can't. It's a bit of a like that thing the other day with the thing. We'll talk about it later. Watching and learning. And then when the time's right, or when I felt the time was right, just commentating on what I see.
I don't know what you're talking about, but we should just keep going, maybe. Oh no, you got
just keep going.
Okay.
It should end up looking like a little bit of a chaotic fever dream. What a fever dream is chaotic, right?
Yeah. That's this whole thing.
So accept it for what it is.
But tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and be like, what did we do?
This is why I'm so lucky when I do a Spaces, right? I am the luckiest person to have yourself. Sixella jumps in, people jump in if no one else is around. If I'm driving, which we all know, is a passion of mine to drive in space and also crash the car.
Crashes,
yeah. That's currently coming out of my wages. I think it's like $25 a week, which is fine. So is the speeding fine. The speeding fine is $60 a week. I just want that done. I just want that one done. But what was it saying? I don't even know what we're talking about. Brothers, Spaces, yeah. Talking to people.
We're just all so great.
You are great.
Yeah. Clearly.
No. Yeah, and a lot of people that I've met just mean the world to me at the moment. Will that continue? I don't know.
At the moment.
I mean, it won't. If I die next week, I won't. You know what I mean?
What was the first thing you did? Like
acting.
Yeah.
I was at a cafe. The guy that worked there, you know what I mean? Typical. I mean, I've done hospitality. The guy that worked there suggested I do it because I used to just go there and dress up. I used to just dress up at work to entertain the troops and just get into characters for no reason. Didn't even really think about it, even though I did theater in high school a couple of days max before I ran away from it. And then he mentioned it to me and I was like, he said, you should do acting. And I was like, oh, all right. He said, I do it and it's pretty easy and find an agent. And I thought to myself, you know what? Fuck yeah. I mean, that could be fun. And I just wanted to do extra work, in the background. Like I was working 2 jobs. I worked for someone. I had my own business cleaning, doing garbage, cleaning up after events. So I was super busy. So I just thought I'll just do background stuff. And if there was ever a day, because somebody said you could make $350, $450 a day, something like that in the background, get fed 3 times a day, meals. That wasn't important. So I did that. And it took me a while because I'm a little bit of a weirdo and I didn't really want to pay all this money for something that I thought somebody should go, Okay, like qualify, like the issue I've got right now with my agent, to be fair. So this whole thing about being bona fide to, the issue I've got. My agent won't put me back on the books because I've been out of it for 15 years, right? And so she's like, do an audition. I say, what? She says, anything. I mean, that doesn't help me. I could do an audition for a pornographic film. Is that going to get me work? Eventually I go and see her. I got all these scammers. I think I was seeing some scammers, right? We all know about scammers now, right? In Web3, whatever. So I got through those people going, nut. And then I thought, let's go find a real one. I found a real one where I walked in. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm in there. And she's like saying, okay, get some photos, spend some money on, looking good, whatever a camera can do for you. Get your haircut, shit one. And then you see, and I said, and she said, and then something like $1,500 I had to spend. I said, fuck off. No, don't worry about it. But I went on a bit of a monologue and I went on a bit of a tirade and I said inappropriate things. It's a joke. I don't know if I would have done it. I'm just thinking about it now. And so eventually she gets bored. She gets annoyed. I talk too much. She caves. Fine. She gets angry. Fine. And then she takes me into the back office, takes a couple photos, takes some photos of me in the back room. We didn't go into what I said as a joke. A couple of pictures and done. And sweet, I'm on the books, right? And then I think it was like not even a week later, she said, oh, I've got a job for you. And I was like, oh, cool. But it wasn't extra work. So I don't know how that happened, right? And it was for an advert for DVDs because DVDs were going to come out. So, yeah. I mean, so it was like promoting DVDs. It's like it's hilarious. I mean, that's an age ago, right? Oh, wow. So I played a gangster. Yeah, I was playing a gangster. I did audition for it. I got it. No dialogue apart from me smoking a cigar, that noise. And I felt sick at the end of that. I think I must have had, because I didn't know you shouldn't inhale them back then. I was just inhaling the smoke. Like, yeah. Like I was tough. I'll show you. I'll get a snippet of it and show you. After this, I'll be able to put it on the timeline and watch me smoke the fuck out of that thing. Like, it's like, so I was feeling sick. At some point, I was feeling really sick. Then the next thing I did was a personalized tape. I actually have it here because I'm downloading them because they're all on a, what do you call it? Like a disky thing, like, So that one. So then the next one was, see, there's the smoking the cigar. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
Fucking big cigar. Had a few of those. And then that next one was this one. It's like Ali G. Rapper and hard sell. That's what the commercials were called. Rapper and hard sell. So the rapper one. Okay. So the rapper thing was my first actual another audition, which was like big money. It was good money, that one. I don't know what I got. Like maybe, I think it was like $2.5 grand at the time. For me, it was brilliant. Like for 12 hours work. You know what I mean? Yeah. Think about it, kids. 12 hours work, $2,500. You know what I mean? Math. Pretending to rap. That was funny because somebody thought I was Ali G and they did a big handbrake in the middle of the street and came up to ask for an autograph, which was really wild. And I signed it Borat, I remember. It was wild. It was weird. It was really weird. Got the job. It's a wonderful story that leads to getting it. I got it before I even auditioned. This is a true story. There's a room full of people that are in there that are kind of looking like me now, maybe with some maybe like this, in the room, and their hair. But I walked in like that. I walked in as close as I could to that, and I sat there, my fucking man spread on. You know what I mean? I sat there like I would, like I was arrogant. I was trying to be cool, be cool, and then. The guy came out, the director came out in between people saying, next, you know what I mean? Next, that sort of thing. You, who's next? He comes out and I'm sitting in the chair with fucking man spread on. And I didn't know who he was. And he comes in and he puts his fist pump out to say like a booyakasha, man. Like he does one of these ones to me while he calls in whoever that is. Michael, yeah, boom. That kid, boom. So then after that, they call me in and they go, dude, you got it. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. This straight up. They said that to me. I was nervous as shit. They call me in because I'm nervous because I dressed up and I was told you don't dress up. You turn up, so you're a blank canvas, and then they'll want to work with you. In my mind, it was like, fuck the blank canvas. I got a brief. It says rapper. You know what I mean? says gangster rapper guy, tells you the brief, tells you what you want. No. For me, it was like all about putting in the effort, right? And yeah, I got the job. It was wild, a cool job. It was a cool job. Met wonderful people. And I realized, and I was like, I got to do more. I got to do more of this shit. You know what I mean? I thought to myself, this is easy peasy. I mean, where's the stress? You know? And you're in makeup and people are like, you know what I mean? And they're putting wardrobe. I didn't have to do any wardrobe. They said, we want that. We want that. Please, can you bring your stuff? You did a great job. Obviously, I knocked it up a notch. I bought a couple of Kappas. You know, I bought a Kappa. I bought a cheap Kappa tracksuit, full yellow, kind of like, and then what was that thing? Like an Echo thing with a rhinoceros on it. I don't know what it was at the time. And anyway, I went to a little bit of trouble. So and it was, it's crazy. And then I got extra work after that, which was wild because I was meeting people, extras, and having a great time meeting them. And I was just going in to have fun. And I thought extra work is brilliant. And I took that on the chin. I was like, I was loving it, meeting people sit down doing fuck all. And then they tap you, they go, and then they're there behind you and they go, go. You know what I mean? And then you go like this, not looking at camera. Oh, go. You know what I mean? Can you look at camera? I did that one time. I got in trouble. Not in trouble. Just like, can you do it again? But can you not look at camera this time? Like, just like I was trying to figure out where the scene was and where everyone was going. I was in Crocodile Dundee 3, I think, and I played like 4 people. It was really weird. I was so versatile back in the day.
I tried to watch the first one recently, and I was like, what is this? So what was first? What did you actually film first? Was it The Marine or was it...
The Marine was nigh on the... The Marine was the last thing I did, I think, because...
Really? Sorry. Let's... because I just like feel like we just totally blanked over this. Okay, so you were let's just go with you were in the Marine with the first one with John Cena, right?
Yes, the first one, the very first one, which was amazing, which was hilarious.
2006.
2006, I think 2004. The funny thing about that is that I used to work at the race car, the service station that was in it. That's where I worked. That's where I used to work in the portable toilet company there. That's where it's hilarious because we used to just take motorbikes and cars and drive around because it was an old racetrack, and we used to have a blast like when we weren't doing anything. Like we literally were like driving around a fucking racetrack, right? And then the studios came and said, can we build a service station here and blow it up, which was fucking cool. I mean, that's cool shit. You know what I mean? There's a story behind that. They lit it early, and then they were screaming at us because nobody had said for us to drive because we were there parked in when they lit the thing. Yeah. I'll tell you something, and this is true. And someone can come back and say, hey, that's wrong. That wouldn't happen. When it exploded, we were far enough away, but not far enough away to not feel this fucking insane heat, and the car kind of like felt like a surge because there was screaming in the radio to the stunt driver, screaming, going, fucking go. It's like whatever it is, like it's lit, like it's on. It's gonna explode, and you're still sitting there. We're still sitting there. There was so many things that went wrong. I would classify this movie, if I was a proper actor, as actors do go through things and they have a whinge about shit, as a fucking train wreck. The whole fucking thing was a train wreck from start to finish. Whole fucking thing. I changed roles like 4 or 5 times, and then had to deal with egos of people that thought that they were something. I mean, they've gone on to something. They've done something with themselves. You know what I mean? Congratulations, well done. I'm out. But so the thing went off. Let me just finish that story. It exploded. We felt the heat. We were driving off. He's fucking punching now. The guy, the stunt driver, he's punching the fucking pedal to the metal. We had done a stunt previously in that car, and they had to put it back together again, the car. But for some reason, the steering wheel decided to come off into his hands while we're doing, I don't know how fast we were going. And then there's no control. It was an embankment. It was so, I think there could have been someone who easily could have died in making that. Machine guns went off, blew up windows accidentally. A gun went off inside a car, and because it's air and under pressure. So I think I was told that it doesn't need to have a bullet, because this thing at close range is the air could put a hole in you, right? This is what we were told. Don't mess around with these things. And because this guy I can tell you the scene, and he was loading the Uzi in the car to go out and shoot out the window. You know what I mean? out the window, cool shit. And it went off. And as he did that, he triggered it. And as he was turning, it was going off in on his way out. And I'm pretty sure if you remember the back of the bike, that guy is so lucky. That's the stunt driver is so lucky.
That's terrifying.
Well, I was scared. I was scared at the bombs. I was scared at so many things. I was scared at the bomb thing. I was scared like for heaps of things. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was a good experience, a great eye opener. I kind of tried to make friends with everybody, and I did. Even Robert Patrick, who was an absolute fucking C word. He was hilarious though. He was a cunt, but he was a fun.
It's so crazy to me. Like literally, two of the people that you worked with in that movie were people that I worked with at that same time.
G1000.
And two
at the same time.
2000. It was like 2006. So
what did you, Robert Patrick? What was the Robert Patrick thing?
Elvis's dad in the Elvis movie series that I worked on.
He was Elvis's dad. I'm gonna watch that one now. You have to send me the name. I need the.
Rhys Meyers played Elvis, and I wasn't on set. I didn't meet any of those people.
That one, Jonathan. I know that. I think I know the one. Yep.
He did tutors and all that stuff afterwards, but we didn't. None of them. They filmed it, and then we just did post. But you saved some mermaids and some turtles. And some sea life.
Saved some mermaids, some turtles, another role change. That was funny. It was like, I think, because I was so busy working in Liquid Waste and events and concerts and stuff at the same time, and it all seemed so fucking surreal.
So that's all and kind of like
all at the same time. So some of my auditions were some of the most hectic times of my life. The auditions that I got, and like I wouldn't have thought like I was told you had to do a certain thing a certain way. I remember a memo getting passed around like through my agency when I auditioned for Impulse, a commercial for like a women's perfumey body spray, and which was a cool one. But I remember being so busy, and I remember being told I had to be back by a certain time. And then I get there, and it's one of the biggest auditions I've ever seen because there's two lines down a hallway. There's the girls that are doing the bikini stuff, and then there's the weirdo dudes. And a couple of hot dudes, because they needed a hot dude in there too, not the hot dude. And I prepared in my head I thought to myself, am I going to dress up? Am I not going to dress up? Because all I needed to wear for that role was a 3/4 bikini panty thing, like just like undies. That's it. That's the role, and I had to be a creep, which is easy for me to be a creep. And so. I went to the bathroom. I saw the line. I shit myself. I'm at the end of the line. And I go, fuck, I don't know what to do. So I go into the bathroom. I take all my clothes off, and I'm wearing some nice undies because I was buying nice stuff because I was making good money at the time, I was making great money at the time. So I had these Dolce & Gabbana undies on, and I loved them, like the best, most comfortable undies I'd ever had. It cost me a bit. And so I pulled them up my ass as well at the back. Like I fucking gave myself a wedgie. Yeah, I gave myself a wedgie. So my ass hanging out. So it was like a G string, like a modern day G string, but but with an open fly at the front. And then I come out like that. I'll put a gold chain on. I had a gold chain. I remember it had like a dice on it. Like you could spin the dice on this chain. It was an awesome chain. I still have it. It's a gold chain with a dice in the middle, and you could spin it. Yeah, it's not real gold. Everything I have is fake. And so I did that. I had a wig. I put a wig on, put a long wig on, and I put it in a ponytail, and I had a couple of bangs coming down here, and I had my little mustachio that I left on that came out, and then I decided to speak in a Spanish accent, like in a Latin accent.
What?
So I never spoke to anyone there yet until I came back out of that bathroom. Like I got there, shit myself, went to the bathroom, came back out in just the undies, and then the thing. And then started parading up and down the hallway in between everyone, in between the two lines of the men and the women. And I decided to be really creepy to some of the women.
Oh my God.
I was trying to get into character. In my head, I thought I was trying to get into character. And I would even put my leg up. Like you've seen it in movies now, right? Because people are doing it. You would have seen it back then. I would have got it from somewhere. And you put your leg up on the chair next to the chair next.
Oh my God.
And then start to talk to them and go, hey, ladies, how you doing? How's it going? And there's a guy at the end, and he's actually quite famous in commercials here, and he sees me doing this, but he's right at the start. He undresses there. He takes it. He goes, "Fuck yeah, that's awesome." He has a wig in his bag. This guy, another guy, and what kind of idiot is that? What a fucking idiot! What kind of idiot? Another idiot, right? And he takes it out. And he's got a mullet. He's got a mullet, and he puts this mullet on. And he goes, "Yeah, ladies," and he's got a red G-string on, an actual G-string, and it's red, bright red, and he has a huge penis. It's massive. It's gigantic. I can't unsee it. I'm looking at it.
The highlights.
I am staring at it, I'm trying to stay in character, and I'm staring at that massive dick. I say something like, "Oh yes, nice." I said, "You got a problem, man?" He goes, "What?" I said, "This is a daytime television commercial." Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I said, "They can't show that." I was basically saying, "That's not going to make a man. You're not going to get it." I was telling you can do the best acting you ever will do in there, and you will not get that job. I'm not an opinionated person, but like I've got a good idea on what's going to make it during daytime TV. Yeah. That fucking thing, you could see the shape, you could see everything. You could see everything. The producer comes out, the door opens, he comes out. This is going on. This is going on in front of him. This is going on in front of him. He goes, what? And I get really aggressive straight away. I said, "Do you got a problem, man?"
Oh my God.
And I'm looking at him going, "Do you got a fucking problem, man? Yeah? Because I'm telling him make a move. I said, "Let's go." Because I was just saying, "I don't have all day." And I was smacking, and I'm fucking leg up, and he goes, "Get in here." He just goes, "Get in here now." And that's it. I got in there. And it was brilliant. It was perfect. It got really weird in there. Yeah. Because it just did. But I got the job. And then that was the memo that went around. The memo that went around that says, Damon has, okay, fair enough. Damon has proven that you can go in full character and get the job. Because they used to tell us that they used to say you shouldn't do it. Just go in, blank canvas yourself, you know what I mean? And do all that. And it was fun, a lot of fun, but it was scary. I was like scared the whole time. I drank before I went there.
Oh, why am I not surprised? I was looking at what other shit I hadn't seen that you might have been in that came up on.
Oh, The Horseman. That's one. That's Australian.
Horseman. I just read about it and I was like, "Oh, that sounds a little much for me."
That was good. That one. That was good. There's a story, but I don't know if you want it. There's a full story to that one. Yeah. I rang up. I cancelled the audition. Really? So I got sent the script, and I was shit myself because it was an Australian role, and I didn't think I can't do an Aussie. I didn't think I could do an Aussie because I'd done. What do you mean? I've done like I don't think I hadn't done Jono. I hadn't done the H2O.
Oh, really?
So that was later, I think. Anyway, I just cancelled. I rang up and I said I didn't want to go and do it. I didn't. So I rang up and I said I pretended to be from my agent. I pretended to be from her office. And so I rang up and I said, Damon can't make it. He's had a big night. He's not well, that sort of thing, and something like that. And then I just went back to bed. And then I got a phone call from her yelling at me, going, "You're pretending to be someone from my office. You cancelled your audition." She said, "You don't think they're going to ring me?" I was like, "Oh, no, I don't want to go anyway." She was like, "You're going." And we had a really good relationship in a way. She goes, "You're going." I'm no one. Like nobody, you know what I mean? When it comes to, when people go and do acting, people become people, right? Because you see them. I've worked with them and they walk around like that. They're someone. But then I go searching them up and I go, "No, you're fucking piece of shit like me. Piece of shit. Piece of shit." And I was like, I said, but I told him I was drunk or like I had a big night. And I told him that he had a big night.
Yeah, of course.
So she goes, "I don't want to go. And she was like, "You're fucking going to go. Just fucking go. Just read it." I was like, okay. I didn't even learn the lines. I didn't want to go. I went and I sat there. I got drunk. I had a lot of drinks before I went. I said I was drunk. I'm gonna get drunk. So I drank a fair bit, and I went there and I sat there. It was just I was really happy. You know what I mean? I was really happy. And this big fella that was there, I was playing a torturer, a guy that tortures people. And that was the skinniest I'd ever been in my entire life, that thing. I don't know why I shed weight for some reason. And so I was playing this torturer guy. I didn't want to go. I had a beard. See this guy sitting in front of me, this giant guy, ginger beard, looked like a fucking Viking dude, right? And he looked nervous as fuck. He was scared. He looked scared. And I said to him, hey, man, how's it going? He goes, good. And I said, oh, what are you doing? What bit are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm doing Eddie or whatever it was called. Can't remember his name. Could be an Eddie. Well, imagine if I remember and it's Eddie. I mean, I forget everything. Yeah, it's probably Eddie. I'm going to look up after this. And then he says, I said, you okay? He goes, I'm playing Eddie. I said, oh, yeah, I'm playing Eddie too. And he goes, oh, he goes, I'm a bit nervous. I said, oh, yeah, have you learnt your lines? And he goes, yeah. I said, oh, I haven't. Don't worry about it, mate. You're good. You know what I mean? I'm going, you're all good. Because I was sitting there thinking, and then he said, and then he said, and I said, so if you know, do you want to do some lines now, man? And he goes, oh, would you? I went, yeah. And he goes, why would you do that? I'm your competition, but fuck, I want you to get it, man. I told him the story. I tried to cancel this shit, man. I tried to cancel this shit. I said, let's go. We quickly read lines. We did lines. He loved me after that. I mean, he loved me. He was like, oh, you know what happens by me doing lines with him? I actually remember, it's like, I've learnt the lines by accident. You know what I mean? By accident. But through osmosis or whatever it is, with the guy. They go, yeah. He goes in. Oh, fuck, I'm wishing him the best. Oh, I love you, man. And I go in, and then I get it. They said, oh, you're Eddie. I'm going, yeah, okay. He said, okay, here's your blowtorch. You got a blowtorch. I remember it vividly. I do remember it. I go, okay, what do I do? He goes, well, I'm going to sit here and you're going to torture me. You're going to do something. There's stuff here. There's your table. And you get stuff and just you torture me and we'll just film it. And then, so I got the blowtorch. I was thinking about getting stuff. I was confused what to grab. I was, trying to think when I was doing the thing. And then I grabbed the blowtorch, right? And I even made the noises because I'm just an idiot. I was like, and then I'm looking at him, you know what I mean? I'm looking at him, and then I go, because nothing was ever normal. I remember at the end of that, they said, all right, cut, that's a wrap. That was my death scene. I did my death scene in there. And I even researched my death scene. I was asked someone, I said, what would it be like if I got stabbed here? What am I supposed to do? I still did a shit job of it, but I still asked the question. And of course, I was there. There was actually a big-time Australian actor in there, Brad McMurray. I love that guy's he's pretty funny. This huge, big dude, massive big dude. And I was working with him. He was my boss. He was like here's the gangster. He was the top dog. Like he was he was the guy. He's the boss. And I'm the guy. I'm just the torturer guy. Yeah. So he had the big role. Brad's cool. He's very cool. Because hopefully we'll just tag fucking Brad in this. Fucking Brad! Anyway, and so just in case you leave that in, because it's Brad McMurray, and it's like I could get work locally is what I'm saying. Because I don't have any work. Gotcha. I don't even have an agent because I don't have an agent. Because you understand, I don't have an agent. I think we've been through that. Anyway, we've got this scene coming up, and I'm like this. You know what I mean? Just having a ciggy while I wait, and Brad's there, and then Brad starts running. We're not on yet. We're not doing nothing. He fucking takes off, and he's running in circles, and I've got no idea what he's doing. Because I'm like vacant. I didn't remember. I haven't never trained because I know what it is now. I was getting it. I was trying to figure out what he's doing. I'm going, oh, we've got a fight scene. We have a fight scene. So I start running after it. I went, Siggy, you gotta fucking start. What are you doing? He goes, just do this, man. And then something like that. He was really cool. He was like, you know what I mean? When we get there, we're gonna be like, you know. And then when we got there, I watched him, and he was on point, and he was like out of breath, and I was like, oh yeah, because then if I was doing these ones, Damon, and then you get in, they go, yeah, and then you've just had this massive fight. Yeah, I've just had a massive fight. It's good. Oh, I'm not smoking, but I mean, I'm not out of breath. You know what I mean? It's like nothing. You know? Yeah. Oh, ow, it really hurt. Jeez, my head. What are we gonna do? You know what I mean? No, the running. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a cat walk by.
Yeah, but if you want to go to bed, go to bed.
She's so confused. She's just like, I don't know what to do.
Morning, and thanks for yesterday, and I'm sorry it's going on and on and on. We'll see if we can speed this up and give your day back to you.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
nothing seems out of place as much as you're talking, so it's fine. It's fine. It seems.
Yeah, but I have to own my shit, right? It's like, and this is like the thing with like the whole scene as well. Like, there's a lot of owning your shit is important. If you are on this timeline and you want to throw out, you know what I mean? So I think it's, for me to you, I feel like it's better if I own my shit, because on the timeline, I want to own it. I don't want to be one of those people that just skirts around the edges, creates something, and then doesn't go, oh, hang on, I'm out of line. Anyway, I have to say it because it's been quite a day. It's a new day, and I just thought I'd come in looking like this. I thought I'd try a different aesthetic.
It is a new day.
I feel more Brian today. You know, I'm feeling more Brian.
You were given,
and I'll take these off because it's a bit. I just wanted to come in looking like a wanker. You know what I mean? And so I'll take these off.
Well done. You did well. You did well. Wait, did you have a gold chain on yesterday too?
No, I didn't. So you wanted to talk about the gonzos?
Yeah, I mean, we might as well talk about this project that you did, and hardly nobody knows that
anything about
Daarvid
it.
Had
I know.
Part in this. Okay, let's go back. I guess let's go back to the beginning.
I can find it. Yeah, go.
Well, no, when was it? Was it 2021?
Yeah, I'm going to go into that account because I don't go into that account very often, so I should go into the doctor's account right now.
Because it's okay. So the project was called Crypto Gonzos, right?
Which
was based off of what?
Hunter S. Thompson's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Exactly that, right? Okay. And so it was very cool for me. Super cool. I mean, I didn't really classify myself as an artist or anything. I came up with a conceptual, like the concept. I've even got the original drawing I made, right?
Where's that?
I've even got the original drawing, and then I came up with a logo. I think that's the. You can't see it. Oh, I have a badge which I still didn't get a chance to send out. It's really awkward sending shit from here. There you go.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That's cool.
So I came up with that, which is a derivative of something that Ralph Steadman had done, right? So I tried to. He's the artist behind all the artwork. So a lot of the artwork. So he and Hunter were like, you know what I mean? Okay. They were thick as thieves, man. You know what I mean? They had a lot of fun, those two. I mean, we all know Ralph. Ralph's on the timeline. You know what I mean? He's still around, you know?
Well, there you go.
Didn't and then get shot into space. You know what I mean? Like in true form. I mean, that guy was like, to me, I used to have pictures of him around the house. People would come up and go, who's that? They would be in frames. And it would be him with a cigarette in his hand in an elevator with a big sign behind it saying no smoking and a fucking drink in his hand. And he would be there. And the other one's doing that with a cigarette in his mouth. And would sit next to there. I'd have them on the wall. I'd have them framed. And people would come over and go, oh, who's that? I'm going, oh, that's my dad. And they go, what? I'm going, yeah, it's dad. I love my dad. Check him out. It's fucking wild. Oh, my dad.
He's such a cool guy.
Yeah. And then I used to just mess around. And I used to try and do the voice for them and everything. And we had really a lot of fun. And these people were wild in the community. And I love them. And I could name all of their fucking names. And there are some diehards in there. And I love them. Anyway, everything was different. So you had a white list, right? Well, mine was a white powder list. So I could get to use all, so it was the white powder list. It wasn't a roadmap. It was like something to do with where you go and stop everywhere and have a drink and keep going. It's like a road trip. Like a road trip.
A road trip.
You go on a road trip, right? Yeah. And I'm just a big weirdo. But they were my people. They are my people. Because this is where I found a wonderful group of people. Now, I put together these people. I went to a brother of mine, and he was talented, IT, and he knew a coder. Like, this guy used to work for Google. This guy was fucking crazy good. Gas was high. He came up with something. I'm pretty sure, like, if we want to go back in time on it, it wasn't until after the Gonzos when he went on to do something for another project, because he didn't really want to be in the space because he's like successful outside of here. But he was so when he found out, when I said to him, check this out, you know how people go down the rabbit hole? This kid went down, he goes, oh, fuck, what are you involved in? He said, this is so interesting. He goes, Jesus Christ. He started mining Bitcoin, right, on the side. So he goes, I'm already mining, because he goes, we don't want to spend any money on this, right? Because you don't have any money. I go, I don't have any money, right? He goes, I'll mine some Bitcoin, right? So he starts learning, and the next day I'm going, who the fuck are you, man? You know what I mean? To me, it's bizarre. He's like, no, I'm just mining a little bit. Don't worry. It'll come in dribs and drabs. He worked that out. He worked out after the Gonzos fucked up, he figured out a way of like reducing the gas on the project, right? And he shipped that out to a couple of people. I remember a couple of people reached out to him and he said, oh, and he just sent it to them. You know what I mean? He didn't really care. He goes, just use that. That will bring your gas prices down. And so he went on to do another project, which became quite successful. I won't be talking about that one. But the thing is that, because mine wasn't, but the thing is that, but it was to me, it was a success because the whole trip was entirely gonzo orientated. When we were supposed to drop, we had this momentum. You would put a post out onto one of those fucking fake little freebie little promo-y things, you know what I mean? NFT something. And then they would launch it saying this is dropping. Remember those days, 2021. So July 2020. Oh, July 2021.
Wow. So
July 2021. Years. So in August or September is where it kind of like was coming to fruition, right?
How big was August, the project? September 2020. How many was there? Or how many is there?
There was, so first off, it was originally drawn one of one, drawn by hand. Okay. So that's the doctor's stash. So they were one of ones. And I should have, and to be fair, I probably should have just kept that going because that would have had a lot more longevity than doing. So somebody said, let's just do a generative drop. You know, let's practice it. Let's see if we can do a generative drop. Turns out we fucked that up because there was a website guy, another friend from my brother from school. So this little team that he got together, these guys were so fucked by the end of it. Like, I need sleep. They were like, I was like, whatever, man, I don't care. My gallbladder died during it. Right. So on the day of the launch was supposed to happen, I'm in hospital, right? And it went kind of wild. Like I mean, I even posted a picture of everything fucking attached to me. I'm like, my gallbladder died. It was an emergency surgery. It was crazy. But things were pinging off. People were paying a few $1,000s for a gonzo. I'm like, I'm shit. All of a sudden, I'm shitting myself. I'm going, no. And I'm in hospital going, no. Because I always had a balanced idea of how things work and don't work, right? Because I'd already collected prior to that. So you knew what you were getting yourselves into. And so you were worried about that. So all the wrong file was uploaded to the generative thing. The wrong file, the wrong art. All of it was wrong. It looked like it was previous artwork that I'd had in line before I got my art a little bit more honed in. And so there was an eye patch, right, that was supposed to fit to one thing. And the eye patch, the thing that holds the eye patch on comes up to here. So I had to turn around and said, if you mint an eye patch stiffy, because it looked like an erection, if you mint an eye patch stiffy, you will get a free custom one-on-one glass. You know, you're trying to sort of figure this out for people, right? And this is important to them at the time. Oh, I've got an eye patch stiffy. You know what I mean? Look at me. And it's like, but these people, I would have conference calls with them. We had fantastic conversations. These are real people. We were having real fun. It didn't work out. I came back in after a while saying, we didn't quite mint out. We sat at 700 and something, right? And you continuously try to push it. 1,000 max on the generative drop, right? And I mean, we had people coming in. There were artists. I mean, I think that were doing derivatives. You know what I mean? Like a what do you call them? Collaborations and stuff like that in there. And it was much more of the indie scene. So the Gonzos sat more in the independent scene of NFTs, which was like how I found them. So I found them from people like Hash Bastards, right? So when I first started, I was sort of like watching people like Hash Bastards, the Crypto Carnies, which was the t-shirt I had on yesterday. So she had made that, and there was a competition, and I managed to win it, obviously, because you know what I mean? I mean, 4 hours, shit. I mean, I was running around pretending to be Hunter S. Thompson. You know, people were making videos. It was really cool. We had great energy, and they're still in there, and they're not upset. I mean, there was always someone in a Discord, right? The beauty of the Gonzo's Discord is that when someone came in and complained, I ain't got to do nothing. They fucking tore strips off that individual. Like, I didn't have to do shit. The only thing I had to do is come in and then form up some sort of a platitude where I come and go, or some sort of compensation where I go, listen, I apologize for the constituents here, but they're passionate and they don't need people like you coming in here giving it this and giving it that. So yeah, you kind of deserve it. It's up to you should you wish to stay or change. I created this thing, and as it kept fucking up, you know what the wonderful thing was? Is it had full support from the community because it was a Gonzo project. And what is it that's true to a Gonzo lifestyle is like, you can't really expect anything. You expect the unexpected. You just roll with whatever you put out there, and it's wild. And just embrace the fucking chaos, right? And that's what they used to say. And so I had this magical community that were like, it don't matter, man. Fuck yeah. It's because everyone was saying, let's go, let's revive this. At one point, it was a fair while ago now, months ago. I said, fine, let's, how about this? I said, I'm busy, right? Because the work and everything else got in the way. And then obviously since then, I think a couple of them are aware of me as Daarvid, right? Okay. I didn't go in there and fully promote that, but I mean, it's not hard to do it's not hard to do the math. I'm in there giving away regulars. I got one that looks like Hunter S. Thompson, put a ciggy in a mouth and a hat and go, you know, Jesus fucking Christ, man, shit. You know what I mean? Get in there, do the bit. And then you turn around and then I'm Daarvid, right? It's not that hard to find. I went to hand the project over because, like, for nothing, I was like, look, if you all want to go for gold, literally, if you continue to mint out, I think there's something like 3, nearly 4 ETH there, right? That you could, if you could mint it out. So I thought, to be fair, I would say, hey, have it. I'll give you everything. You know what I mean? Give you the account, give, if you want to come together as a unit, as a group, I think people call it something else. I have really no idea what a DAO is, but no idea. I don't know what a DAO, I have no idea, but it's like, here, take it. Someone take it. Someone have it, or all of you have it. Get behind it. The thing that came back to me, and I love these guys, is, and I don't know who, but someone came back, said, okay, but we need you to promote. I said, I'm a bit busy. You know, I will promote from the sidelines, right? Yeah. I will definitely support from the sidelines. I could make any video I want now, right? Like, I've gotten better, you know? I mean, I had to rely on everyone else in there to make videos. There was a guy in there, Jim Milton. I fucking love that guy. He made amazing 2-minute videos of the Gonzos to music, and it was a fucking fever dream to watch, and it was entertaining as fuck. I think back then I got so many more retweets and so many more likes than what I get now as Daarvid.
Let's talk about your 3 phones.
Oh, yep. Okay.
3 phones.
One's charging.
You have
one's
one
here.
You have one for work.
One for work.
One for what? Internet fun?
One is in my phone, personal phone, anyone use, and that's the phone I've been using for everything pretty much. And then I was struggling so it was so tiresome to be at work all day, come home. I only had an iPad, so you can only avatarify on Apple, right? Okay. So I needed an iPhone because I was just pushing it every night, coming home to make a reply. And then you get home, you set up the iPad, you go through all of that. You know what I mean? So the iPhone was necessary. And then, boom, I can make, wherever I am, I can make an avatarify.
It's so funny because
and I can edit the shit, and I can edit it, and sound effects. It works. I had to send everything I filmed on that. I have to go and email it to myself, or send it to myself, or airdrop it to something else, and then move it to the computer. And then, you know what I mean? It was a lot. And now, like, I could do a reply in a minute, 3 minutes, and I could have a reply with sound effects and a thing at the end. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. That's crazy, because I know you've said before, like, usually it's like one take, which is...
Yeah, I mean, I've done that before live on Spaces. I've done that before with people on the phone to me going, what's going on? Show me that. Oh, I see it. And then I just make an avatarify while they're still talking to me and sent it, posted, done. Wrapped up.
You're like, shut up, or you're going to be on it.
Yeah. I'll go back to being a wanker. Go. What's the score here?
All the characters that you voice. We all know Daarvid. Well, we should know Daarvid at this point, because...
Well, we should know Daarvid by now, right? Let's be fair. There's that guy, right? That guy's got problems. That guy's got big problems.
I still can't believe that is the guy that I was like, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, I love that, because that's like how it's been, you know what I mean, for a while now. But you got there, like, you figured it out. You were all right.
Yeah, and it's weird because I don't usually get there. I'm usually like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah, like, never
mind. He's charming. He is charming. He can be.
He's got his moments. Sorry, I'm tearing up again thinking about Daarvid being charming, apparently.
Well, I mean, he's goofy. He's cringy. He's dorky. He's a big dork. He's just a big spicy dork.
There's Brian.
Yeah, it's Brian T, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's Brian T.
And then there's
Brian.
Chafe
Down Under, that's me. That's just me.
Oh, that's just
I think I'm turning Chafe into the therapy side of me, because I don't really get a lot of therapy. I mentioned it before. I get it in the space, generally from other people. And just being in there and replying and everything is my therapy in a way. I've talked about that. But now, because I'm so glad I turned him into a therapist, unqualified, so free of charge. If you need any therapy from him, which a lot of people seem to enjoy, don't know why. I wouldn't take any advice from that guy. Joseph, the ladies' man. So all of these were born. Joseph, yeah. I mean, come on, that's right. I mean, now we've met the Hound, a few other people out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was always a little bit of that with yourself and old Jeffykins. You know what I mean? Moose. But Joseph is really fucking cool. I love Joseph because I get to play, a guy that likes the ladies. You know what I mean? Daarvid's just this guy that tries to keep the balance. You know what I mean? He's the balance guy. There's no this, there's no that. He's accepting of everybody. So all of Daarvid's friends, which is very important, are that way. They are accepting of anyone and anything as well. Even though Joseph's just a ladies' man, he doesn't want to make out with guys, but he's okay with it because his best friend's Brian, right? And Brian,
when you first started telling stories, when I first started hearing you tell stories, Daarvid telling stories in the spaces, you were telling some crazy stuff, and it seemed like there was real stuff mixed in with some of the made up stuff, which I still don't know if it was made up or not.
100%.
But when you started talking about, I don't think you were calling it portable toilets, but you were talking about liquid sanitation,
liquid waste,
and I was
that's when
and I was like, wait, hold on, like I grew
that's your
up
background
in that world, like that's what my dad did.
How wild!
You have now met my parents, and talked to him about that, which is incredibly
face to face.
Yeah,
which is amazing. I thought they were brave people. I thought they were wonderful and brave.
Like it was
talk to me.
So bizarre, but I was like, oh, this is like.
It was like having a conversation. He's lived
yourself?
A life. So with myself. Yeah, it was like having a conversation with myself. Just like fast forward into the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
should I stay in this industry? Fast forward into the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Except that he was like a boss, wasn't he? Like he owned it, or
yeah, he did own. He owned one for a little while, but
I've always been close to the two people. Well, he's great. So the two people that I have worked for within that business, three, I got close to every single one of them, right? Because they were real people, hard workers, very hard workers. And so, and it's where I'd always worked hard. That's something when you grow up and you're 9 and you have to work 3 businesses with your family, right? Like a cafe, like a lot of people do, you know what I mean? It happens to a lot of people. And you were making coffees, you work in a cafe, you work in a deli. So you don't really have any time and you're just working to help your family, right? Yeah. And I was the only one because there was another brother didn't really do anything, at all. I am the oldest, yeah. Yeah. So I think that was just more just like, when you have a lot of kids, and it's not a lot. I mean, it's 4. It still seems a lot. That's a lot to me. Like, that's fucking. You know what I mean? I can't imagine that. Even though I grew up in that household, the reason why I can't imagine it is because it was just hectic as fuck. I do want to throw an individual out there at the moment. So you meet people along the way, right? All the way. Remember, we go as far back as pre that. I'm in the space, the Gonzos, all of that, right? Forget all that. We talked about it before, but then you meet someone. When you meet a certain someone, all right? We're not talking about you now, right? We slide you out. All right, the camera goes like that. It's just on me. You don't need to be in there. You can do your tissue thing on the background. The thing is that he.
Hang on. I can
this one.
Hang on, I can make this happen. Hold your thought.
Yeah, but we can do that in post too, can't we? Oh shit! No, I don't know about that.
It's all you.
It is all me. Wait, I think I'll feel more confident. If I do that. Eclectic method, I don't know. That guy, I actually can't say how much he like hanging out with him, and I don't do it on a lot because he's busy, and even when he's not busy, he manages to find a way to stay busy, which is like all of his when he goes out and he's like literally soaking up everything he can soak up and all of his learning. But that guy is insanely unique. Like I don't know if I've met another guy like that. And I thought, and you go through life and you think I have, but I actually haven't, because I sat down and I've thought about it on a lot of occasions, like we can actually be abusive to each other as well, and seriously not even have a problem. It's some kind of this is how wonderful this place can be when you meet someone. Like, even if we never spoke again, you know what I mean? Even if I never ever spoke again to this guy, I couldn't thank him enough for like what I've learned from him. So yeah, that guy is unique to me. So like I'm saying, like yourself, and there are a few other people, but yeah, that guy's special.
I would agree with the fact that Eclectic is a special brain as well. When I was saying, when I first started talking to Eclectic, it was like, oh wow, this guy is like knows what the fuck he's doing. Like he's just like, he's been doing it for so long, right? Like
so long.
He's dealt with
he's
so
prolific.
much bullshit in the industry, like in actual industry. That's not just a bunch of people on Twitter just like bullshitting, right? Like he's dealt with
correct
music industry and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's like he's very, very well rounded in that, and I like how he handles situations.
I love how he handles situations. I adore it, and there's actually something. I think nearly every encounter I have with him, I leave learning something.
That's awesome,
and that is special. That's a special. Yeah. Like we will have this thing where we'll just be talking shit, but at the end of it, I leave learning something. Okay, sure. Next time we talk, he takes the piss out of me, all right, in regards to it. But I've learned it. You know what I mean? He still likes to rub it in, you know, like a big brother, even though he's more of a little brother.
Younger, but
that's an age thing. Chaz is like another one. So Chaz, we're not as active as we were together, whatever, but it wouldn't matter. Like, this is how I like to go through this place. It's like, we can't always be here. Like, and a lot of people expect a lot, right? So if you were doing something, right, let's just take some spaces, for example, right? And there's nothing wrong with people DMing like, when space. I get it. You need to chat, you need to talk some shit, or you need to listen to an idiot. Could be the latter. I just want to listen to an idiot. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think you get it.
Matter.
You know,
it doesn't matter. We never know where you're going with stuff. Ever.
That's true. That is true.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to reiterate, like,
work. So with work is hard. Work is tough. Yes, I've always worked hard. I'm still working hard. I want out. Yeah, I really want out. I don't know how that looks. I'm working towards it. 16 years. And then prior to that, I was just helping a guy that I met when I was doing events and concerts. And I met this poo man, you know, I met the toilet guy working in concerts, and I hit it off with this guy. Okay. I was like, fuck, this guy's hilarious. I mean, you know, he had a lump of shit in his hand, I think, when I first met him. I'm like, is that a piece of shit? He goes, what the heck? I'm like, I mean, it's weird. I don't want to know about it. I'm not shaking his hand. But I ended up helping him out because he was like he was a bit of a grifter. You know, he didn't have a very big company. Turns out I helped him turn that tiny company. After I helped him, he lost that business. His accountant stole all the money, whatever it was. He wasn't concentrating. Then he started up again. I went on and did a bunch of other stuff. I just continued to work hard, worked for councils. I think I got into acting. Then he set up another business and said, can I help him out? So I just jumped in to help him out. Eventually down the track, once I finished doing acting, finished doing working, I was without a job. My daughter came along. Beautiful. Like, I mean, I didn't really, I wasn't sure if I wanted a child at the time, right? I'm not the guy. I thought I'm not the guy for a child. But you're sort of working with people, you know, you're working with somebody else as well, aren't you? And so, we were trying for like 5 to 7 years. That's my guess, right? It's really great to practice for a long time. I mean, so the thing is, it makes up for all the lack of attention you got at high school. The thing is that when it arrived, because they're very alien-like when they come out, right? Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? And then I went through what I went through. I mean, mine was interesting because I refused to catch the baby. And I got in trouble by the midwife. I mean, she was yelling. She was like, "You're gonna catch the baby!" And I'm like, "Fuck you! This is your fucking job." And this is the middle that my partner's about to squeeze this shit out, right? And they're talking about cutting her, all sorts of shit that I didn't even want to be involved in. I would have preferred to have taken LSD and fucked off. You know what I mean? Or I should have. It was like being on LSD, the whole experience. And I said, this is your job. I have to catch the kid. I catch the kid. I'm like, oh, wow, that was pretty cool. I'll admit that.
See?
Being forced to do it
was
really cool. Cutting that shit at the end, fuck that. Like, get a angle grinder because that's hard. Easier if you. It's really tough, right? Anyway, that happens. They're going to the cleanup. I looked at it, and I was like, that's pretty special. All right, whatever. You know what I mean? Put it there. Put it there. Work on it later. The 3 best years of my life were looking after my daughter from then out by myself, stay at home dad.
Yeah.
3 best years of my life, like filming her every day, filming all the changes, I'm hopeless like that. You know, going to the park when we could go to the park, when she could have a swing, when we could play. Fuck yeah. Who doesn't want to be a kid for the rest of their life?
I mean,
I do.
You're doing it kind of. A little bit.
Well, can't help it. I just don't want to grow up too far. I just don't want to I just never really want to get to that point of where you're that old that along the way you kind of forget to have fun. I think I always want to try and be the first person to apologize. I think, and then that's why sometimes I analyze some things. Sometimes I'll do something and it'll do a certain thing on the timeline and it may affect someone, which is like, I'll offer it out there. Like if I've gone too far, I'm making a joke about someone because a lot of people in the space frustrate me, but that's because they're busy. So I can excuse people like Beeple for never replying. You know what I mean? I can't wait to meet him.
Sorry, I should have chased him down for you like you asked me to.
You should have chased him down. Farouk, you know, here's another name. The guy shits me to tears. But you know, I'm sure there was some value. I'm sure there was something there. I mean, I used to look at him at the start and think, but it didn't take long for me to go, oh God, just shut the fuck up, mate. But like a lot of people in the space, I would love to meet, even though I have made fun of them. You know what I mean? Can't help it. I mean, but that's what you do, right? You look at Ricky Gervais, right? He's an idol. I kind of like that guy. A lot of people don't. You know what I mean?
Kind of like.
So be it.
You love him.
I love him. Yeah, I love Ricky Gervais. That guy. Oh, I don't know. I can't. I think everything he does, or not everything. I mean, he's going to make mistakes like everyone, and he probably makes them in real life, left, right, and center. But he's fucking brilliant. Like he gets me laughing all the time, and I get where he's coming from, and I get his humor, and I understand what it's like because I do it every day. Like when in Afterlife, he calls that little kid, you know, what does he call him? You got a ginger cunt. I mean, that's the best. You know what I mean? When you're calling a kid, you little fucking ginger cunt. That's the best because that kid bullied somebody. Fuck you, kid. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, it's funny. It's funny. You know, he probably doesn't go through life saying that, but then again, he might. But he's probably saying that to one of his family members' fucking kids. You know what I mean? That come over and say, Uncle Ricky, give me a couple bucks. And Uncle, you know, oh no, Ricky, give us a couple of dollars, will ya? Give us a couple of dollars, you rich fucking slag. And then he goes, fuck off, you ginger cunt. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe he does do that.
Is there anything? I mean, you need to wrap it up. You need to say whatever you want at the end, really. I mean, because honestly, it's been fun. Like I know we talk all the time, but I learned stuff. I obviously laughed a lot because you are just a ridiculous human being, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. And it's been so funny to me to have real conversations with people, and then like them ask me, is Daarvid Eclectic Method? Darvid seems
the best.
He seems very technologically well-rounded, and I just laugh when people say that to me. I'm honestly only one person who said that, but I was like, ha ha ha, no. Yeah, did you just lose an eye?
I lost an earbud. No, it looks like an eye, didn't it?
I was like, did your eyeball just fall out?
I lost an earbud.
But no, like it's been quite a year of just getting to know Daarvid, and then trying to figure out Daarvid, and then getting to know you, and like, oh wait, you are Daarvid. Like, as much as you don't want to say you are, like there's bits of you in every single one of those characters. I mean, even Brian. Sorry.
Totally, Brian. Brian is my inner. He's very much in there.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, It's just been funny to see and hear Voices.
And I said,
yeah, what?
No, you.
No, I was just gonna say, let's not forget. I don't know if I actually said this before, but I thought that you were the narrator from Big Brother at first. I don't know if you remember that.
Mike Goldman.
Because I was like,
Yeah,
why?
I managed to reach out to him. I managed to get him on the timeline.
I didn't know why he was following you on Instagram, and I was like, why would he be following you on Instagram? Like, this is so confusing.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because I reached out to him, but he's a waste of space. I have tried to reach out to that guy. He's a massive waste of fucking space. Reggie, who won Big Brother, is so much more entertaining, and even Magda Zabowski, who's like commented and appreciated something I've done. She's massive, another one of my heroes, another one of my massive heroes, and she's a big fighter for equality and diversity out there too. So she's just hugely entertaining to me.
So that's cool.
It is cool. So yeah, look, I thank you. I mean, this is big. This is big. A lot of effort from you to put up with this. I mean, what have we been going like 8 hours or 6 hours, and then we might just get 20 minutes. I mean, 20 minutes would be fine. Like whatever you get out of this. Look, I don't have any. I mean, I have missions now that I kind of want to fulfill, and I've never really had these before. I do want to get back into entertainment full time, and I think this was just a progression. I had a lot of people in my DMs saying, "Look," and they made sense. You know, Eclectic Method, 787. Who else? Pablo's in it. And so all made sense when they said, look, we romp with a lot of these people, and everyone giving me a version of like, you've got Daarvid, and you've got some people like, you've got your Claire Silvers and your Hafkas and stuff like that don't need to know the guy behind the guy, because they don't see any of that. But like yourself and like a very few other people that have already seen that, you know, there were some people that pick up on it straight away like you did. You know that that's a part of my life. It's like, I'm not sitting down there and riffing off that and just making up stuff from the fucking, because there's that whole thing about like, it's funny because it's true, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because it's true. If you filmed my last 2 weeks, it's a fucking show. Just send it to a producer and they're probably going to go, let's go. Now in this space, I'm meeting leaders in shit. Future fucking philosophers, I'm assuming. Yeah, fucking Lex Friedman, whatever, your show off piece of shit is pretty good. You've got... you know what I mean? Your Claire Silver, you leaders, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that are future architects of the fucking metaverse, right? They're all there. They're all here. We're hanging with them. Fucking lucky. Pretty cool. So I take that and I love that. And I'm lucky to be a part of that. Do I want more? Oh, absolutely. Am I running out of time? Probably. But my whole thing is like is that at the moment I want to push forward, and then I'm happy to die trying. You know what I mean by that? See, I might not get there, but if I do get there, on my days, let's have some fun. Yeah, that's the work phone.
All right,
you know the sound of that one.
On that note, no, seriously, thanks for asking me to do this, and it
was only one person in my mind. I mean, as much as you go around and you think about it, like who's the biggest interviewer? Even if Lex Friedman said to me, "I want to interview you." And I go, what? You're useless, mate. Who do you interview? What? Except Elon Musk? Was it gonna be? Hugh Hughes gets all the big ones. Gets all the big interviews.
Yeah, that's right. Right here. I thought it was really funny when you were asking people about like questions, and they were like, "The interviewer should do research." The interview is doing research. Everybody, leave me alone. I can't stand up for myself right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That must have been frustrating for you.
I was like, maybe they are. Maybe they are doing research, okay? Jeez. It's all right. All is well. You
I love you,
do your work now. Yeah.
Super grateful. Yeah.
Much love back to you.
We'll get around to doing some of that other stuff, that fun stuff. You know what I mean? We'll get to doing that.
But yeah, I think we'll get your website done. We'll get other shit done.
That's the fun. I think that would be cool. I mean, I'd love to have some of my own merch. Who doesn't want a jam rag?
And that is where we cut the interview right there.